So personally, I am one of the select few that actually still likes regular arena until Abelio gets 4 turns in a row. I know a lot of you guys don't like regular arena, especially some of you that feel overwhelmed by trying to outspeed some of the super fast teams on defense. So today, we're going to try to find some teams that we can auto with that don't need crazy fast runes. So we're looking to hit teams like this. Fast teams, speed lead, swift unit, lots of damage. What can we take against this? We need 2 healers and 2 tanky-ish damage dealers. So of course, you know, actually let's do this. Let's edit the deck. I think we have this one. And we're looking for things that that are accessible to everyone. So I think the 2 best healers that are accessible to everyone, and sometimes even a little bit toxic and OP, are wherever Raccoony is. Raccoony and Riley. And I think we're going to use for our free-to-play friendly bruisers Tessarion and Theomars, or Tessarion and Regal. So let's try that now. You know what? Forget about those. We got this guy Second Awakened. I totally forgot we didn't actually finish Second Awakening him on this account. So of course, this is going to be a solid enough unit. Or let's see if he's going to be a solid enough unit. This looks like the most jank arena offense. Let's see. We might have to tweak it a little bit. Let's see if we can make something work with this. We know these units can be toxic sometimes. Oh yeah, we're resisting well, we have a resistance leader skill. Hold on. It actually works today? This is the first time I've ever seen a resistance leader skill actually work. Okay, nope, no procs yet. Get some provokes. All right. And I'm not doing anything. I'm just, it's autoing. So I want to see if this can actually win some autos, because sometimes, I'm not saying I'm always lazy. We all know I'm lazy. We all know. It's not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. So far, not the worst. We did get lucky. Our leader skill was actually a leader skill, which with a resistance leader skill, you don't know if it's actually going to work or not. 50-50 chance. It's not actually, as from what Comtua says, it's not a 50-50 chance. But we know how they operate. So I would like to say we have this. I suppose we'll watch it play out. I wish we had some more. See, so I wish we had some more damage. There are other units that we could bring in instead of the Tractor and the Tessarion. I do, of course, like Tessarion. He's one of my favorite units, to be honest. I think he's better than half the LD5s in the game. Some people don't realize it, but he is one of the best units in the game. So it's not just about the Oblivion, it's also about the damage mitigation as well. The leader skill, I could take it or leave it. Leader skill, I don't actually believe that it does anything. This was the one instance that I actually saw it do anything. But yeah, I still think he's one of the more solid units in the game. I'm gonna say probably GG at this point, so we can move on to the next one. I think. Okay, we can just let this play out. It's 2 more seconds. There we go. So we're gonna have a few issues here. Let's see if we resist some of the defense breaks. Because Kaki can't. Oh, never mind. Oh, no one did anything. This is kind of unfair. So last match was unfair. This match is unfair. now Kaki's going to start critting on us, which is always fun, since he is Oblivion. So that is potentially okay. He's got the provoke. He's got the provoke. But aside from that, Kaki being able to crit is potentially pretty dangerous. Resistance leader skill again, actually working, or close enough to working. Whatever is resisting, it doesn't really matter. Something is causing it to resist, and I'll take it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. This Water Frankenstein is doing decent enough. Put him in the thumbnail. Let's put him in the thumbnail. We'll pretend he's the one winning everything. He is doing his part though. He's actually doing stuff. All right, and he's gone. I'ma call this a win. Maybe I shouldn't, but Tractor is on Vampire, so worst case scenario, he can't be defense broken anyway. So can't be defense broken, and on Vampire, he should be able to take care of the rest of this, no problem. We'll just call this a win. Let's move on to the next one. We didn't really see an amazing opener from the enemies though, from their defenses. We saw their defenses kind of crap to bed with the. Oh no, I'm sorry. CompToUs fixed the AI. So what we saw must have been in our imagination. That's right, because they fixed the AI, right guys? It's fixed. They have sustain here. I don't know why I'm making that face. They have sustain here, but it's not really enough to. They just have a lot of control. So I don't mind them. Doing some control to us. We can withstand all of the control. And there's a bunch of I forgot to push auto. There's a bunch of nat 5s that would be great here, but I don't want to. I would like to kind of try to show things that aren't just full of nat 5s, even though all the people playing the game at this point have plenty of nat 5s. But you know, old habits die hard. So let's see if Tessarion can take out this Tiana. Yes, it's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be very fast matches. But so far, working effectively. I mean, these bruises that we have here, though, the whole thing is they have damage mitigation. So Tessarion has damage mitigation because he's going to take reduced damage, and then the Tractor cannot be defense broken. So that is a form of damage mitigation. And I feel like we should be set. I feel like we should be set at the very beginning of this match anyway. Because I did not see a way that they were actually going to do enough damage to kill us before we started making a comeback. And they did have the sustain with the Fire Totemist, but it's only with skill 1. So I like to think we're solid. Good to go. This is a lazy person's arena offense. But if anything says it's time to be lazy, it's Summoner's War in 2023. I almost said 2024. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. CompToUs dev team is like, yeah, we've been lazy too. It's a joke. They've actually been. Someone at CompToUs did do all these new dungeons, so at least someone there is working. So what happens here? That's a good question. Let's find out. Leo would be not terrible here, but we're not gonna do Leo because we want to make it accessible. That's the key word. I think Rakuni and Riley are toxic enough. We should be okay. Famous last words. Squall, and then and then we're not okay. Let's take down the Chimera. I'm not doing anything. I'm not actually touching anything. I hope that they start hitting the Chimera, but they're not going to. The fire defense breaker is going to hit the Ratesh, so that's going to be the one they go for. We got some provokes. Tractor's been doing decently here though. Maybe we'll get lucky and yeah, we're not gonna get lucky. I was gonna say maybe we'll get lucky and they'll revenge the Chimera, and then things will start hitting after that. So let's see. Yep. This is why she is toxic. This is why. But if we selected a target, this would be even easier, right? So it's doing great so far. If by great, I mean slow, but still winning. See, this was overkill. This was not necessary, but so far, so good. Tractor, I feel like we need to put a little bit more HP on him. And Tessarion, I think, is just on crit rate slot 4. Skill 4? I was going to say skill 4. Skill 4 of Tessarion is crit rate. Sure, why not? Slot 4. And I think speed crit damage HP or defense for Tractor is what we have. So about that speed crit damage defense or whatever I said, he's on speed defense. So yeah, that's what Tractor's on. And also I think he's missing some grinds as well. Let's see how this one fares. Okay, didn't do the skill 2. So we're all right. We're just gonna waste some turns doing that. We'll waste some more turns. Ooh, lucky. Lucky he had just enough attack gauge. And now I think the comeback is doable. There was some wasted turns there, though. There were some wasted turns. There was some luck. It's typical Summoner's War stuff. I wish I didn't have to always say that. I'm a broken record for the past 9 years. I'm like, oh, well, that's Summoner's War. Oh, hope we get RNG. Spend a lot of money, farm a lot of runes. Yep. Broken record for the past 9 years. I probably didn't say farm runes for the first year because I didn't realize how important it was. Also, because probably the first year I wasn't really farming runes either, so there's a lot of things I wasn't doing the first year of playing the game. Farming runes, buying lighting for my room. It's a throwback to some of you that remember what I'm talking about. So I think we can call this a win, and let's move on to the next one. So we know how it fares against the other units. We know how it fares against this team with a Cocky. How does it fare against Kinky instead? Do we take so many defense breaks? So now, oh, they don't even get the defense breaks there. It's just auto. Same standard operating procedure. So Savannah's going to be able to kill potentially here. All right. I wasn't worried about the Kinky. I was worried about Savannah doing enough damage. But apparently she did not have enough damage. She didn't have enough in the tank. We really have to be careful with the speed defense on the Tractor. I'm sure some of you guys are already have already well, no one comments anymore. So I'm sure if people did comment, they would be saying the same thing. They'd be like, yeah, defense is really dangerous on Tractor with all the additional damage in artifacts because they could just eat through Tractor. So I think he was just ruined the same for years. Like ever since I started using him, he's just been ruined the same. But I don't really use him in RTA. Some people do use him in RTA though. But RTA especially would be even nastier to have all that additional damage. And that's one of the reasons he's not really as viable in RTA as he used to be. Although with the second, so he's kind of changed, right? So he lost utility in RTA with the additional damage artifacts, and then he kind of made up for that by getting a second awakening. So that's kind of the situation with all these defense-based units that they just made 2As for. And I am actually happy that they made the 2As for the Frankensteins and Living Armors. I just wish some of the other ones that were not meta became more meta. Like I wish they did something with the Fire one that made him, because you could use him, but really I wish he was just all of a sudden like, wow, everyone's gonna have a Fire Living Armor build. It's like you could build him. He has some use now, especially in Dimension Hole right now, but still not what I was hoping for. So we're going to use Veramos here instead of the Rakuni. We want to make sure we get all of these debuffs off of us. So it's either him or the Tetra. I mean, we could still use Rakuni, but I just figured this was going to be a little bit more effective. Plus Veramos and Tetra. Oh my goodness, all of this additional damage. Emotional damage. But yeah, this is going to at least allow us to take all of these debuffs off. More so than the Rakuni that can just cleanse one thing. Well, theoretically cleanse one thing, and then after all the violent procs. Oh, speaking of violent procs, are you sure that's all you wanted? Surprised you didn't take 6 or 7. Well, they did actually limit the Occult Girl's skill 1 procs. So, she's got the skill 3 again already, though. And sadly, this is what happens when we have defense on the tractor, is all of this additional damage that he's taking. And this is not a damage Veramos. This is just a tanky Veramos. Let's see the taunt. Nice, everyone. Very nice. And Nikki can't. Well, she can't proc with skill 1, but she found a way around it. So, by just procking, regardless, procking in a normal fashion. So, I'd like to think that we will be fine, but oh, this Nikki's kind of a little bit stressful. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about the Dark Monkey. And we will cleanse with the Veramos, okay? Again, we're not actually touching anything. I'm sure you've figured that out 900 times by every single time I said it. But yeah, we're not actually touching anything, so. Thank goodness for damage mitigation. That the Saren would be down. Even with the HP lead, he'd be down already. But additional damage. So this Nikki's doing a lot of additional damage with this skill. Look at that, 2,000 damage each hit. She's basically like an LD Lucian. Lucian might do a little bit more damage than that. So, also she does her own attack power buff. Solid unit. Nikki's been dangerous for a while now, though. So I wanted to show you, yeah, this is not the damage Veramos for dungeons. This is not even skilled up. I'm gonna edit this part out that we don't see the skills. But yeah, this is just a speed HP for support, for like guild siege and stuff. There's another I think we can even skill them up with some Veramos skill ups right here, because we have multiple Tessarions as well. So yeah, there's another Veramos in storage. There's plenty of other nonsense. There's just copies of copies of copies of copies. Copies of copies of copies in storage. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go find my other... Actually, let's just skill the one up that's not skilled up. Anyway, that's it for this one. See you as always in the next one.